Like, you need a great opener. Like, somehow we're adults. Do.
We can record that right
some
now.
Kind of like.
We can record that right now.
Everybody be quiet.
Somehow we're adults.
That was it. That was it. We did it.
And you, the
anyone
listener,
listening, that is what you're gonna hear from now on. That's it.
After that point is a cymbal clash, and that's all you need.
Steve,
What's up?
how long you been making art for? Because okay. First of all, tell everybody what you do.
The soulless sucking job.
No. The fun one. What the stuff you actually want to talk about? Not your
Pop art and murals.
pop. Okay, so explain what pop art is.
Pop.
So like pop culture, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a cool portrait.
How'd you get into it?
Just the way I used to draw, and then high school it became my hustle.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in high school, how old are you? You said 36?
36.
Yeah, so you've been doing it for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it something you do consistently, or is it just something in the past couple of years you started doing more?
It was actually before I got serious with Publix. Me and a buddy were going to open up a tattoo shop, but then he backed out, and I never followed through. Started working for Publix and just flowed.
Yeah.
And then art came back. I broke my ankle like 6 years ago when I decided to wrestle Jamar Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a lot bigger than me. Broke my ankle. So then I had nothing to do. I ran out of Roseanne episodes to watch. So I picked up a paintbrush again and started.
Yeah. So about 6 years ago, because you broke an ankle and didn't have shit else to do.
Yes, sir.
Damn. How often do you do it now?
Every day.
Every day.
Yep.
Now, so what we were talking about before we started recording too, that like there's a discipline that comes with it, just like doing it constantly. Mm-hmm. Do you feel yourself like, is there ever days that you just don't want to do it?
Never.
No?
No, and what I love about this is 75% of my jobs or gigs, my kids can come or they can participate. I got 3 artists growing up.
Yeah.
So when I'm at home painting, I typically have people painting with me, or my setup is right there in
it's a family affair.
In the living room. It's family business.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
My children at 14 are getting jobs.
Wow.
Yep. That's why I kept the name Delong Pop Art instead of
just your friend.
Steve.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a family thing.
That's awesome. That's dope. That's pretty dope. Yeah. Yeah. So your kids have grown up I'm assuming they just, like, it runs in the family. They just love doing it too?
My oldest 2, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So how many kids do you have?
3 biological, 2 step.
Jesus.
Oh, that's great though.
Yeah. Actually. Yeah. I'm sure it keeps you busy. That plus
this
the
one
art.
watches that one watches that one. I get more free time.
Yeah. So what is your like? What is your like vice? Like, what makes you decide what you're painting? Like, do you see something? What gives you inspiration to start something new?
Well, I do a lot of commissions, so like people want certain pictures, but like for me, I like, for instance, this picture behind me.
You want to hold it up? Sure. You can hold it between us. This is the one you've been showing on all your social media.
So like this is
Fucking
just
dope.
off the top of the brain. This is like self-love. So this comes from, I started drawing these actually when I got, if you want me to go a little deep into me because y'all don't really know me that well.
Yeah.
I got divorced when I was 26. So when I was like 24, found out my wife had been having an affair.
Goddamn.
Depressed.
I'm sure.
Like went from Colton size to beanpole back to semi-fat. But yeah, it takes time to realize it's all about self-love. So the grass is always greener where you choose to water it, which is why the crown has the water coming out from his brain, down into himself, and then that's where the growth is, and that's the way I view the business as well, because I'm watering my family. I'm giving them something, a leg to stand on, if they choose to follow that path.
Right. And I mean, it's a badass thing to do, like to have like the whole family do it together. Like that's your guys is what you do for fun in the free time. You know what I mean? So many people, what they do to pass the time is like watch TV and movies, and they don't do anything that's like constructive and like works on making a skill better. They're just focused on how much TV can they watch. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Do you guys watch a bunch of TV?
They do.
Yeah, but they probably doing art at the same time, right? Yeah. So many people don't do that. They're on Instagram. God damn it. Just so everybody listening knows, it's 9 o'clock.
Whiskey.
It's 9:30 on a Saturday, and we're drinking whiskey, so and coffee. I haven't even finished my coffee yet.
It's because I'm shy.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, we'll get it. That, he said the whiskey will help loosen him up. Whatever.
At least we got good whiskey.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is good whiskey. What like? Do you like whiskey? Do you like bourbon?
I like whatever. Place in front of me.
I got you. But no, I mean, like so many people don't have a discipline. They just they do what feels good when it feels good. Like for me, the podcast comes easy. Like I love doing it. But then there's sometimes too where I'm like, man, maybe I could do something different. Or as you get older, you have more responsibility, more things to do, and you're like, okay, well, I need to do this, and like it's very easy to back burner your passion or like to do something you like, and to make it to where it's something like habitual, to where you just like, I'm gonna do it this time. This is when I'm gonna do this. It's like it's hard for people to do that, especially in your shoes when you have kids. Like I know how difficult it is with me not having kids to try and do something on a regular basis. That like you said, you'd have to make it a family affair. Otherwise, you would be spending time away from your family, and it just wouldn't work.
Yeah. Well, like I got tattoo conventions is probably my hottest spot. So, like I did a Mickey Mouse, a big 3 foot by 4 foot, but I let my 5-year-old do the entire background. So she got out there with pour paint. We played some music, and she just went ham on this canvas. Looked like, oh my god! And then I came back in and did the graffiti style Mickey over it, and then let my other daughter take watered down acrylic and pour over it. And that painting sold for like $700.
Wow.
So at 5 years old, she got a $150 cut, and she is just everything's art.
Yeah, loves it. Well, I mean that's like I know at least when I was a kid, like art was like a mandatory class, and like I loved it. But you know, I just when I started to get like semi decent and better than the other kids in the class is when I was like, that's when you would like go to middle school and it's an elective then and you have to decide to do it. And I was like, not so much. But like I like all forms of art, like what you do. Like that's not what I like to do. I just don't. Yeah. But to me, the art of conversation, that's my thing. I love that shit. I also love like cooking. Yeah. Like to me, that's a good way. I feel like everyone should have some form of like art that they do that's like where they get to express. You know, like they get to basically think about it themselves and decide what they're doing for themselves. So, now, do you see yourself doing it full time as a career one day?
That's a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be freaking crazy, right? It's hard to believe you could like growing up. And that's part of the thing I like about doing the podcast is hearing what other people do. Because so many people, they get in a job where they make enough money and they're like, oh, I don't love it. But
you just get complacent,
right?
And then your body, your soul becomes stagnant. Like screw that.
Well, it's the way society's set up, man. You're set up to where like you get out of high school and you're told you're dumb, you're not nothing until you go to college, and then you go to college and you're like, oh well, my parents, they were just scraping by, so I got to get student loans to pay for it, and student loans are the one like debt that's non-bankruptable. You know what I mean? Like you can't get out of student loans until you pay them off. And then like the term of student loans, like there's no fucking end to that shit. So people rack up $100,000 in student loan debt for 4 years, and they get a degree in something that they're like, well, I think this is what I want to do. They've never fucking tried it.
Then you can't afford your damn bill.
Right. And then, but as that's happening, you're like, you start dating. You're like getting serious with somebody because that's when normally when people start getting serious with people is right out of college. You get serious, and then next thing you know, you're like fucking, you're racked up with debt. But now you're with somebody and like, okay, well, we got to get married. Well, the wedding industry, that's fucking a big business. People are spending $50,000 on weddings. And then, so you take out a loan for that. You have the student loans already. And then while you're in college, you're like, well, this old, fucking car I got for high school, like it doesn't work anymore. And we got to get a newer vehicle. So they get a car loan for that. And the next thing you know, they've got fucking so many bills that when they're done with college, they have to get a job in that field to make enough money to afford all the bills they fucking have. And then they're stuck to it. They can't afford to make less, because if they start making less money, then they can't afford their lifestyle. I feel like just the normal trajectory of American life sets you up to where you can't do like what you're doing.
But that's how the rich people stay rich, and then they keep the mediocre people mediocre.
Right.
Because what you should be learning in high school is how to set up these RA accounts or these retirement accounts all on your own. I don't need a giant company to do it for me.
Right.
If I put X amount of money down and I just dedicate $20 a week to this bank account that has a good interest, in 20 years, I'm going to do what Publix did for me in 40.
Right. Right. So, I mean, there's when it comes to like retirement stuff, like everyone makes you rely on like these big corporations because that's what the general people think. And like from what I've learned from talking to like people like you and like just people that are doing what they love regardless of the money. Like once the money starts to come, it's just like, oh, well, like this is fucking cool.
It's just sprinkles on cake.
Right.
Yeah.
It's butter on the biscuit at that point. It's like I was doing this anyways. Like if you can do what you love for free and then find a way to monetize it, that's more important than getting money and then finding a way to like what you do. Because that's what most people do. They follow the money and then decide if they like it or not. And it's hard. It's hard for people to like break that cycle, because to do that, it takes a lot of willpower, discipline.
It's scary.
Yeah. I mean, so I was on that same path though. Like I had student loans, but I only went to school for 2 years, and I went to community college. I had tuition reimbursement, and I had like a Bright Future scholarship, or was it Bright Futures? Is that the Florida one? I don't fucking know. I had some kind of minor scholarship.
I still write in crayon, bro. I don't know nothing about that.
Still writing crayon. But so like I was on that path. I had student loans, but at the end of my 2-year degree, I was like, I don't know what the fuck I want to do. A, and then B, like I'm not gonna go take out $40,000 worth of like loans on top of like the $10,000 I'd already taken out. I was like, that just seems dumb to me. I had already gotten a car loan and gotten a newer vehicle, and I literally was like working part-time and not making fucking dick for money. And I was like, this is not something I want to continue to do. And I was like, I want to go, and I was, getting in a serious relationship at that point. And I was like, this is not what I want to do for forever. So I'm going to go try and make more money now. Find out what it is I want to do before. I don't know what made me do that, but I was like, I want to go find out what I want to do before I start committing to another 2 years of like serious education. Because your first 2 years of college, it's just fucking high school. It's paid for high school. I don't know how else to put it. I learned a bunch of shit I had nothing to do with my business degree that I was with, and I was on that trajectory, and then I stopped after my 2-year degree, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go start working. I got a full-time job, started making more money. But at that point, I started listening to Dave Ramsey's podcast. I don't know if you ever heard of Dave Ramsey, the debt-free guy. And I was listening to like how much, like basically the sooner you correct these things in life, the easier it is to do it. The longer you wait to correct these things, I mean, you understand with retirements and stuff like that, like the longer time frame you have for your investments, the more you're going to get from it. And I was like, well, fuck, I'm, in my early 20s, like, I need to get my shit together, because like if I find out what it is I want to do now, that's going to make a huge impact in 30 years. And so at that point I was like, you know what, like let me just discipline I just moved out of my parents' house. I was like, let me just discipline myself to get to the point where I can undo all what normal society wants to do. Yeah. Like I don't need to drive the newest car. It doesn't need to be gorgeous, like as long as it's paid for. So I paid off all my loans, paid off all my debt, which wasn't really that much. Like I was pretty smart with my finances. Like I remember when I first listened to the Dave Ramsey podcast, my mom had recommended it to me. And I was like, I don't fucking need that. Like I got money in the bank. Like I don't need to listen to this. And then one day I ran out of the other podcasts that I listened to. I ran out of episodes, and I was like, well, fuck, what do I do now? I was like, you know what? If this guy's an expert or whatever, I was like, let me just hear how close what I'm doing. This is how like bullheaded I was at the time. I was like, let me hear how close what I'm doing is to what he's saying, because that's fucking my big ass ego. And I listened to it, and I was like, it was such a shell shock in my brain, like all these new thoughts and everything like that. And I was like, well, fuck. And then, I listened to it for a while, and I was trying to poke holes in it in my brain. And every time I try and poke holes in like his thoughts and processes and everything like that, I was like, well, fuck, he's thought about that more than I have. And so I took the time and I disciplined myself for like a couple years to get everything paid for and to get on the upside of things. So now I'm at the point where I can decide what I want to do, if it's worth my time or not. Where the other way around would be like, I can't afford to make less than what I'm making now, because if I do, I can't pay these bills. My car is going to get repossessed, and I'm going to have a terrible credit score and all these things. And now I'm just like, everything's paid for. Nobody can take anything from me. Yep. It's fucking, and now it's allowing me to have that freedom as soon as possible in life. And to me, I don't know about you, that inspires me. Like hearing about people that are like, like making money from something they love to do. Like that shit gets me fired up. I'm like, man, it's fucking possible. Like the American dream doesn't have to be the rat race. The American dream can be like, here, if you discipline yourself, you do something you love, and you're constantly critical about what you do, trying to get better at it, you can actually like make a fucking difference in your life.
Well, it's all about just humbling yourself sometimes. It's like my wife makes almost 6 figures a year. She just went back, sold her brand new car back to the dealership and went out and bought a $3,000 POS because it gets it from A to B, because there's no point in having a $600 payment in life for what? So the guy
so you can oppress the other people.
Wow, look at that. You don't need that.
No.
You know?
I every time I've ever talked to somebody who like owns their own business or has fucking a lot of money, like in comparison to the average person, like they always don't look like they have money. To me, from what my general experience is, the people who wear like designer clothes and nice shoes and like have like Versace sunglasses and all that shit are typically the ones that have the least amount of money in their bank accounts. Like they're the fucking like the guys that walk in have like tattered shirts on and like a pair of shorts they've had since Vietnam, like and fucking just like the New Balance shoes that are all dirty from mowing the grass. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Those I would rather look like I have money, or I'm sorry. I'd rather look like I don't have money and have money than the other way around.
Yeah.
And so like one of my buddies, his dad owns his own like business out of like a garage in his backyard, and he makes a fucking killing. Like buys brand new trucks off the lot in cash. I feel like he's not hurting for money at all. Granted, he's never been married. He only has like 2 adopted kids kind of thing. But regardless, the first time I met him, I thought he was homeless. He came to where I was working, and I thought he was about to steal from us. Like I thought, and my buddy's talking to him like he knows him, and I was like, "Hey man, like he's getting like fucking $100 worth of shit." I'm like, he's gonna steal that, right? But he's like talking to him, and I'm like, "How do you know that guy?" He's like, "Oh, it's my dad." And I was like, "That's your dad that you told me owns his own business?" I was like, "Are they fucking struggling?" And he's like, "No, he makes really good money." And I was like, "Why does he dress like that?" And he goes, "Well, he used to wear designer clothes. He used to wear, Rolexes and shit like that and drive nice cars. And then he just got tired of people fucking talking to him and asking for money and asking for things." And I was like, Talked to another guy, was basically the same story the other day. I mean, he looked homeless, but he didn't walk in looking like $1 million.
Yeah.
And fucking crazy story. I'll have to tell you off the podcast this guy's stuff. It's fucking crazy. I don't know how much. I need to try and get that guy on the podcast. That guy was crazy. But to me, that's like I'd rather hear like on the low, like, "Oh yeah, man, I've got this amount of money in the bank." Like, Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking awesome. Why don't you buy nicer clothes? I don't fucking want that shit. Well, you realize too that like people who make a lot of money, they buy all the shit that you're supposed to buy when you become rich. And then they just realize like, oh, this is just shit.
Yeah, it's just more shit to clutter up your house.
Right. Like a Rolex does the same shit that this like $70 G-Shock does. And
Who needs a watch? You got a phone.
Right. Well, I like having the watch. A lot of times I don't have my phone on me. Yeah, I got you. But like so many people, they're like they buy the watch, they get the car, and they're like, "Oh, this does the same thing all the other ones do." Like, and now I've got even more attention on me now because I'm wearing a fucking, gold watch. It's like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't want that shit. So what is your idea of like the American dream? Like, what would you?
Trailer Park Boys.
No. Without hesitation, do you heard that?
No, everyone asks me this question. Like a lot of people ask me, dude, their biggest struggle in life is to make $50 for lot fees and then to have enough money for some whiskey and sausage or pepperoni at the end of the week. Like that, like you don't need a giant mortgage, you don't need a giant car note, and it took me to my 30s to realize that. Like I put in almost 20 years with Publix. I could retire now, sit on my ass for probably 9 years. But I'm obviously not going to do that. Like,
right.
Even if I did retire, I would roll it over somewhere just to be smart about it because I have put in the time. But I'm surrounded by, and like, okay, so I got stagnant in life. I was hanging around with the same people that do the same shit every Friday night. They do nothing. Like, the club is fun. Like, once a month. Maybe once every couple months. Like, not every night. They blow their paychecks. I have friends that are almost 40 doing the same shit that we were doing in high school.
Living paycheck to paycheck.
Which is, they have no ambition, no goals. All right, so for instance, if I'm going to be a bodybuilder, it's not about I can go in there and lift 400 pounds. That might be my goal. But ultimately, I'm in there to sculpt my body. So if 225 is my 10 rep thing and that's all I ever hit, you got to leave your ego at the door. Because that's going to build me just as much as him bench pressing 450 pounds. Mm-hmm. And then your diet, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it's like with art. Every weekend, I am surrounded by go-getters. They're not there to step on you to get the promotion, to get the new office spot. If they learn something new, for instance, that print that I just gave you.
Shout out, Steve.
The
DeLong family.
You get that at a very discounted price.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know.
That's dope.
But that's probably my highest seller right there.
Really?
Because I won't sell the original. because so many people want the print.
That's dope. I'm gonna hang it up. I'm gonna hang it up right behind you.
So Canvas discount, like they sell you quality prints. Like you didn't even know that was a print when I handed it to you.
I didn't.
And then I can turn around and sell it for 10 times what it cost me, and it's still cheap to the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a money bracket, and I share that with anyone who's an artist, or I share.
Iron sharpens iron kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you're surrounding yourself with people who are like, that's the thing with me, like doing podcasts, is I want to surround myself with more people that are doing podcasts. I want to be around people who have more successful podcasts than I do, because that's going to build me up.
And it keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
If you hang around the same bullshit. All right, for instance, if I make X amount of dollars, and I'm just coasting through life, and I just hang out with the same people that do nothing. I want to hang out with a guy who does murals every week. I get him I get maybe 3 or 4 of them a year. This dude does one every week. I want to hang out with him because I want to know what he's doing, and that's just going to help me get bigger and better. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hang out with a guy who's consistently satisfied at making what he makes in life, or just coasting through. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And again, I also found a business venture that my children can come to. So it's a family event. So if I have like next week, I'm at the Orlando Tattoo Convention. My kids can come to that. So I'm working and they get to hang out with me for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a win-win.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. And you can potentially make money. It's going to be better for you and in your future endeavors with whatever it is you want to do with art.
And they get to put their artwork out as well.
That's fucking awesome, man.
So, like, my stepson, he's real big into the anime, he sold, like, 4 pieces at Ink the Bay. He made, like, $400. I mean, in, like, one day.
How old is he?
He's 13.
To fucking $400 to a 13-year-old. That's a lot of money.
And he made it off of something he enjoys doing.
That's so bonkers. I had to mow the yard.
Yeah,
get $20. Yeah.
But that's what I'm showing him, and that to me gives me pride. Like, even if I'm literally barely able to make the bills off my art, I'd rather do that than slave away and make somebody else.
Yeah. Well, you understand too, like what we were talking about earlier with the car. Like, if you're making, like, I don't know, do you want more whiskey?
Kill it.
You got to drive at some point, but you're good, man. You're good. We can have you drink some water
I
later.
just gotta go set up the soccer fields, man.
Okay, cool. Oh shit, yeah.
I'll cheer him on.
Oh, cool. So my thing is, like, if you make, I mean, how many jobs are out there where they make $30,000 a year to work full time? There's a lot of jobs, right? Mm-hmm. A ton of them. Well, you can kill it if you want to, man.
Nah, it's okay.
All right, cool. Just a sip. All right, gotcha.
I'm not greedy.
All right, you're good. Like, so there's so many jobs out there where you can make $30,000 a year. You just have to make sure you're living less than a $30,000 a year lifestyle too. You know what I mean?
That's not what society teaches you.
No.
And especially with how I can be fresh out of high school, no fucking credit, no real job, and they'll give me a $30,000 loan on a truck I can't afford.
Right. They don't give a fuck if you can afford it. They just care if they get their money back.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So, and then most people, for instance, my wife learned this the hard way because she was always told, she couldn't do this, couldn't do that. Got 6 years of college under her belt. Like I said, she makes great money, but she had to have the house, that car, everything that took her right out to the brink of her income, and then she might as well be living in a fucking shed somewhere because she's living that lifestyle because you're broke every week after you pay the bills, and then you got me to come along who idolize the Trailer Park Boys, and I don't buy shit. Like you got to go buy me new shoes because I'm not gonna buy them.
Yeah.
Until they fall off my feet.
Ask Colton. I'm fucking cheap as fuck, dude. I don't buy shit for myself. Like, it normally, right when I get to the point of buying myself something, it's like right up on my birthday, and I'm like, I can't do it. Someone's gonna have to buy me something. Yeah. So I'm cheap as fuck. But like, I would rather. Would you rather make $100,000 a year and live $100,000 a year in bills? No. Like, where you're living so close. Like, so many people live right at their income level every year. They make $50,000. Yeah. But I would rather make $30,000 a year and take $10,000 to live off of, because, I mean, to me, money is a tool. Yeah. Nothing more, nothing less. It is just it is a segue to get you more things in life that you want. And to me, what I don't want material things. I'd rather drive an old piece of shit car that costs $3,000 for every day. As long as it gets me to where I want to go. Where I want to go is more important than how it takes to get there, as far as like driving is concerned. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't care what people think about what I drive. I don't care what people think about what I wear. If people really want to know who I am, they'll listen to the podcast and they'll actually get a sense of what my thoughts are and what everything I want is. So, like, I'm not interested in looking like I'm more than I am. I'm interested in looking like less than I am, financially speaking.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like as
Well,
far
who-
like you've seen
Who are
people.
you trying to impress?
I'm trying to build a legacy
But what I'm saying
that I'm
is,
proud of.
again, it took me to about 29, 30 to realize this. The only people that I need to have in my corner is my wife and my children. If you or you become great friends, awesome. That's just bonus.
But still, we don't fucking what I say has nothing to do with your life.
No.
Yeah, like you don't live.
That's not
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just going along on the importance of like, I don't need to jack my Jeep up. I don't care if your Jeep's bigger than mine. Like I don't. My wife literally went from driving a brand new, badass SUV to this like old '99 Corolla because it like.
Bro, them things that are indestructible.
I know, but it clicked. She's like, "Why am I paying this?"
Yeah. For what?
So now she has like another $650 a month. Like,
Yeah. That adds up quick.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound like much when you make like say you make $1,200 a week. That's an abnormal income, $1,200 a week for one person. But and so you're like, oh, $600 a month. That's like, fuck that. That's like not even like that's half of one of my weeks. But that adds up fucking
Yeah,
quick.
but you get that, you get the braces bill, and you get
Netflix, Hulu, fucking.
And that's what she did. So
Yeah.
now she's realizing.
You get all the things because it's a competition with the people you work with to be who can live the most, like outwardly who can live like what appears to be the better life.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'd rather drive paid for cars. I'd rather look. I just don't care about driving a Mercedes, a BMW. I don't care about driving like badass cars. I don't care about driving new cars. You should see what I drive right now. It's not nice, but it to me it's nice. It does everything I want it to.
To get you where you gotta go.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
It gets good gas mileage, which is right now at $4.50 a gallon. That's fucking makes
Dude,
a
I
big
stopped
difference.
at 80. I was like, I don't know how much is on my card.
Like I don't know, man, and like you said, surrounding yourself with artists that are doing shit you wanted to do. Like that's why I was so excited to like get you on the podcast because it's like no, our art isn't the same.
Mhm.
Like this is my art,
Yeah.
But if it's a win-win thing, like I'm gonna make videos from this. I'm gonna post them on social media. You can share them. Like that's good. Looks good for you too. If people who love your art can actually like hear what you think about and like I've seen that picture or that painting so many times on your social media. No idea what the meaning of it was until we just talked about it.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking awesome. Like to me that's, and we can do this again if you ever wanted to, but like fucking like this is so easy to me because I'm going to have conversations like this provided the opportunity presents itself. Like if I was just like seeing you in a store one day and you just stopped and started talking to me, like I would probably have a similar conversation. But so to me, it's so easy for your life to be so busy that you don't have time for conversations like these, that having a podcast is a good way for me to like carve out time to actually have conversations like this.
Definitely.
And I love this shit, man. I fucking love it. Ask Colton. He doesn't understand it because he's an introvert.
Well, that's how I am.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that you invited me out.
Yeah.
Because like you said, at work, I have the most uninviting face. And I'm probably one of the most chill people you'll ever meet.
Someone told me that you did art, and I was like, the fucking mean dude on the side. I was like, they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll have to follow him. And I found you on social media, and I was like, oh, this is fucking dope, man. I would have never known. I've never seen him smile, man.
Dude, all right, so if you follow any of my Instagrams or shit, everyone always tells me I'm always smiling and laughing when I'm out at art, like, doing my thing.
Yeah.
At work, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't like you. The only person I talk to is Farzo.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're an enemy.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I want to get my shit done.
I just feel like it's quicksand. It's like you were saying earlier. You were taught as a child that you have to grow up and work 40 years and hope you live long enough to enjoy retirement.
Just squirrel
but
away
that's not
money.
true. It's not true. Now, Publix is great. Publix is a great place. My job is a great job. The shift has allowed me to do what I truly love. But, and I don't care if you post this or cut it, I don't give a shit. When I turned down the promotion to become a press operator, because that's the next step, that's what you're supposed to do. No, but if I did that, then it would have took away my weekends and I couldn't have done what I really liked. To me, in my eye, Publix turned their back on me then because I wasn't following their plan when they realized that they weren't first. My passion was, and it's blowing up now because I made those choices. And had I had these outlets at 18 or 19, I would have never went to Publix.
Right.
I would be doing murals, but that kind of shit just wasn't going on back then. There was no social media. I'm older than you.
Right.
We didn't have YouTube. I didn't have all these connections. No Instagram.
Internet makes a huge fucking difference.
Yeah,
You can get your word out incredibly
I did my
fast.
first show last May, so I've been doing this professionally for a year. My business has quadrupled to the point where I'm almost substantially able to do it alone without Publix.
Wow.
And the guy who was messaging me he said he had like 9 people refer me from Facebook. I thought he was a scammer, like just trying to take my shit.
Right.
So I
it's
ignored
just so
him
much
for
of that.
like almost like a month, and then he finally said, "Just Google my name." So I Googled him, and he's really the curator of this big tattoo show.
Oh,
so
shit.
I did it, sold out of my whole gallery almost. Saw that I made what I make at Publix in a month and a weekend, off of shit that I liked.
Shit that you did for free, basically.
Well, I mean, I was doing commission work off
Right. But
of Facebook, but just shit I did in my spare time.
right, you did it for fun. You
And
would
I
have
did
done
it
it
with-
for free, and the fact that you could make money from it was
And it just changed my whole outlook on life. And then I really started, like you said, Dave Ramsey, listen to Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
That whole, find something to make $10, whether it's haircuts, art, podcast, $10, and then, you do it 10 times, and then you do another 10 times, and then, you hire a staff, and then they do it 10 times, you're all millionaires.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not my goal, but the point of that story is that you can be successful doing what you love, whether you make $30,000 a year,
Bro, and
or you make $300,000 a year.
you just have to not give a fuck what your parents say, which
Oh yeah, my
that's
mom hates my guts right now.
That's an impossible
Are you
thing.
gonna leave Publix?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Bro, it's such a thing cuz like people just they want to force how they felt onto you, as far as like they're like, well, I didn't quit my job, so you shouldn't quit yours. But they don't think about it deep enough to even realize that. They're like, oh my God, my son's gonna end up living on the streets because he doesn't work for this giant corporation.
Well, see, all right. So like my first marriage was shit. My second marriage is awesome. Actually having someone who's there building with you. She's mad that I'm still at Publix. She says because it's just sucking the life out of you. That's
When you say manager, you actually have like an art manager?
No, my wife. Like,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
She's
Okay, gotcha.
She does run my shit because
Yeah.
she's like, again, without like this little magic serum right here, I don't talk much. Sidebar, actually, what is so unapproachable about me? Because you know how many people have ordered art from me that work 5 feet from me, but they won't talk to me in person? No, I had a lady that worked
Bro, this is
for
your face
Publix.
all the time at work. You ready?
Because it fucking sucks.
No, not even. I didn't even do a good enough job. I didn't even do a good enough job. I was like, I undersold. It's like, and then you like, but you don't even look at people with that face. That's the bad part. Like Colton's.
You walk around like this.
Yeah,
Like it was just like, bro,
That's a good look.
literally,
That's a
it's
good
bro, what you're trying to achieve is what you achieve. Like it's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Oh,
And I was
God.
like, but ask Colton. So have you ever? Because you're an introvert too. You've seen like memes where it's like how introverts get friends. It's like an extrovert found them and wouldn't leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm the extrovert.
Okay.
Colton was like he was like how you were, but like less. So like whenever I started talking to him, like I saw him wearing gun shirts and I was like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be a thing. Like I was like he's gonna be, because I was at that point I was working with his basically his wife. I'm just gonna call him his wife from here on out. Basically I was working with his wife and I was
You're
like,
on
oh
gay shit?
Not yet.
Fuck's your problem?
bro, whatever.
We're just coasting.
Yeah,
You
fuck the
better wake
government.
up.
Fuck the government. She's gonna love this podcast.
We've talked about it. We're basically
I've never
married.
even spoke to her, dude.
Yeah.
I've just witnessed, over there with my mean mug. Just you better wake up.
So I was talking. So I was like talking with her. I was like, oh, she's pretty cool. And I was like, people typically date somebody that's pretty cool too. And I was like, he seems pretty fucking cool. And I was like, he's too big not to be friends with. You know what I mean? And like, and if I have to be friends with his wife at this point, I was like, I should be friends with him too. And he was wearing gun shirts. And I was like, I like guns. And I was like, fucking dude, I can talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like to the point where I reached out to you. That should be everything I ever needed. I can talk to a dictator if I needed to.
The thing is though, like I'll talk your fucking head off. Like I like being at home and shit, but I'm like the most outgoing fucker in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially once you get to know me, I'm annoying.
The hard part is
I
starting.
gotta tell you something, and you can beat me up.
Go.
Good, go for it.
No, the first time I ever saw you just big ass Jack dude, shaved head. You had them little glasses. Well, they're not little. You just a big guy.
Yeah, anything looks little on him.
No, my first impression when I saw you walking through, or tanking through whatever you're doing, I thought of Chicken Little, and then that thought
I've
left
gotten
me.
that
Okay,
before.
but it like left me, and then a couple months ago at work, the fucking roof fell on you, and I was like, the sky is falling.
Somebody else said the same thing.
The sky's falling.
And the only other person I ever told was Anthony, and me and him were just dying because it was an inside joke.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, he's gonna whoop my ass. Like,
That was some weird shit. The ceiling falling.
well,
This is the first
odds
time I've
that
heard
happened
about
to
this.
you.
know.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah, like, bitch, we don't work for Winn-Dixie. We're brothers. We got a roof caving in. You should have got hit. You could have went home.
I wish it would have.
But dude, all I could see was a little fucking chicken. The sky is falling.
That's funny.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That's
You're
what-
good.
that's
I
what-
like it.
Yeah, Colton's he's a big pushover. Just kidding.
Well, like the only reason I'm friends with Ryan is because he wouldn't leave me the fuck alone.
Yep.
It's good though.
It is
Yep.
good
Yep.
because I met some dope people from it.
Yeah, but
Yep.
people like me and you need people like him.
Well,
Yes, we do.
he came from like, okay, so Colton, can you like pull up the shape of Oklahoma? Like the fucking, we call Colton, we tell everybody he's from the dash. The dash of Oklahoma. But most people don't even know what the fucking state of Oklahoma looks like as far as the fucking...
Yeah, I
so
do.
he's from the little dash that's above Texas where it's like, why didn't they just give that to Texas? That's where Colton came from. So like... and you moved here right after high school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like how fucking hard is it to make new friends when you're in fucking college? Like that's fucking... To me, when you... I guess maybe... If you're an introvert, it's incredibly difficult
Yeah,
to
I
make
get
new friends.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah. Well, but like to do it, imagine making new friends when you're in your 20s. It's like, no, I found everybody I liked, and you stay with them. Yeah. So Colton is from like a little fucking pass-through town. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I just don't. I don't know. That's just my personality, though. Like I grew up that way. Like I was involved in a lot of like sports and Boy Scouts and fucking karate and shit like that growing up. So like I had no choice but to talk to people that I might not have had any desire to talk to.
Yeah.
So like, and my dad's kind of the same way. He's a talker too, and I don't know. Like my brother's not like that. You guys have met my brother. He's not as talkative as me. He is once you get to know him. But I realized that about all people. Is all people are like that. My wife's pretty introverted. Like doesn't really talk to people she doesn't know. But once you get to know her, she doesn't shut the fuck up. And I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm
like,
kidding.
with
I love
Steve,
you.
I knew you were cool. I could just tell by you.
Yeah.
When they told me you lifted weights,
Yeah, no, really.
when they told me you lifted weights, I was like, I need to be friends with that dude, but like I'm so scared of what he's gonna say to me. Yeah,
Just from what Ty has said and everyone said about you, I was like, oh, you're good.
Dude, I love Ty.
Ty's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, shout out Ty, been on the
I
podcast.
gave him
Check
so
that
much
episode out.
shit.
Dude, he's one of my
I love
favorite
him.
people. He finally come up to me because I was giving shit because he lived with his mom so long. He'd be like, I said, yeah, does she fold your laundry like and make you pizza rolls too and tuck you in, you know? And then he finally comes up to me and he's like, hey, I finally got a house. So I was like, oh yeah, you bought a house? He's like, yeah, with like 2 other dudes. I was like, oh, so you're finally coming out of the closet.
Gay?
He was like, oh, I knew you were gonna make fun of me. But no, I mean, you know what? Ty did it smart. Like I moved out the day after I turned 18. I had 2 jobs to pay for a shitty apartment. If he stayed home, I don't know what he did with his, you know, his personal assets. But if he utilized that extra almost 10 years, Ty should be sitting on top of the world right now.
Yep.
And I hope he is.
He should. To me, man, financial freedom is worth way more than looking like you have money.
Trailer Park Boys.
That's what I'm saying. I would rather have like no money, or I'm sorry, I'd rather have like no nice things as far as like no, like I don't give a shit if I ever own a Rolex. I don't give a shit if I ever, you know, I don't give a shit if I ever drive like a luxury car or anything like that. I'd rather have the money to do this. Like you ever heard of Jocko? Do you know who Jocko is?
No.
So Jocko's like he's a Navy SEAL commander. He has his own podcast. That's the reason I know about him. And he like owns his own companies and stuff. But he has like great TED Talks and shit. Yeah, it's Jocko. He's just,
Oh, I know him.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But one of the things he said is he has a book called Discipline Equals Freedom. And one of the things he talks about is I can buy whatever I want because I don't buy whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want because I don't eat whatever I want. Right now I'm reading the book. You ever read the book Atomic Habits? Well, never mind, you said you don't read. You ever,
Pictures.
you should do audiobooks. Honestly, you ever listen to audiobooks where they just read it to you?
Nah, bro.
None of that shit. I got you. But there's a book called Atomic. There's a book I'm reading right now called Atomic Habits, and it talks about discipline. And it's like if discipline is not something that a lot of people have in general, but what people who have what appears to be great discipline have is they have mastered controlling their environment. And I was like, it took me a second to think about it. And I was like, they like the people who eat the healthiest don't keep boxes of pizza in their fucking fridge. You know what I mean? The people who like work out every day make it to where it's like, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time and I'm going to put my shoes on. It's going to fucking suck, but I'm going to do it anyways. That's discipline. It's doing what you don't want to do, but doing it anyways because you know you have to. and forcing yourself to do things. It's fucking, I mean, but like I was mentioning the War of Art. It's basically a book about discipline. And it talks about how everyone has resistance in them, is what I think they called it. But basically, like, you'll find any reason to not do the thing that's most important to you.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, for me, the podcast, like, I'm like, okay, like, I got to make videos to post on social media. I got to get the word out. I have this giant internet resource that I can use to get my podcast out there, that it's even out there. There's a fucking ton of podcasts. And to commit to listening to a couple hours long, they really have to be comfortable with who they're listening to. Mm-hmm. So I have to put out a bunch of fucking clips so that people who see it consistently, they can go like, okay, you know, I'm pretty comfortable with what he's saying. Maybe I'll tune into his podcast. It's to me, it's a long-term strategy. And so like I've got to be working on videos constantly. Like, that's what I have to do. I have to make like clips, in my mind at least. I have to continue to do these every weekend, and as much as I can, and it's whatever works with the time schedule of whoever's coming on. And I have to consistently do these, and then I have to make clips of it too and put it on my social media. Because I actually had a buddy tell me, who's probably going to come on the podcast soon, but that if you have the internet and a smartphone and you're not using it to make money, what the fuck are you doing? You pay $1,000 for a phone that's connected to the world, and you're not using it to help you like get a message out, to start like doing something to better you, like, then you're just a consumer of it. And I don't know. I don't want to be a consumer of the internet for forever. Like, I want to be the person who's like, when I first started listening to podcasts, I was like, God, why do I love this so much? Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's because you don't get to have great conversations that often. When you do, you remember them forever. Yeah. You ever heard the phrase, people don't remember what you said or how you said it. They just remember how you made them feel. Mm-hmm. Like, that hits so hard for me. It resonates so deep with me because, like, I mean, it's the same way with your art. People don't remember the exact lines. They don't remember. They just remember, because art is a feeling. It's a visual thing. You see it and you go, this is how this makes me feel in my brain. And then that's how they remember it. Like, we went to, you ever been to Santa Fe, New Mexico? No. Santa Fe's, it's the third biggest like art place in the United States. Okay. Like, number one is New York, or it's either there's New York and California, and then it's Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I went there on my honeymoon, and I'm not art isn't my thing. It's just not like, as far as like paintings and stuff like that. But the place was a huge art galleries like all over the place there. And there's fucking $40,000 paintings there and shit like that. There's art brokers that you have to like negotiate price on like it's a fucking car. Like, I just was like so baffled by it. And it was like a peek into a whole new world of things for me. And I'm like, that's fucking like, but I get it though, because there's certain ones I see and I'm like, that looks fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. But to me it looks stupid, but to Colton, to you, it's gonna be a different thing. And then I see ones where I'm like, this probably means nothing to somebody, but for some reason when I looked at this painting, it just fucking hit me on a different level. That's what art is to me. Yeah. It's just interpretations. Like, I don't fucking understand, what is it, Scream, the Picasso painting? Like, I just don't understand it. But to somebody, that's a fucking big deal. You know?
So I don't understand a lot of art either, even though I'm an artist. I like to do fan art. Yeah. Which is like that. And then I got some of the stuff that I would do. I used to spray paint trains and shit. So, like, I got stuff like that.
You used to spray paint trains?
Yeah, well, it's free broadcast across the country. And like I said before, I'm a lot older than you. I didn't have social media. I couldn't post a fucking picture. Yeah. I had to actually sneak in and do shit. So I mean, it was, now it's a lot easier. Yeah. You know, and then it's just
spray paint, man. Talk me through that, because like spray painting art, like I don't even fucking understand it. I'm just one of the guys that sees this stuff on the train and I'm like, God damn, these people have so much talent.
See, I'm not even that great with it. Like, the whole background of this is spray paint. Then I came across with the brush. I'm a brush artist, but there's some people that can just do points and all kinds of. I'm learning, and I'm also currently learning airbrushing. Yeah, because that's gonna up my game like a million.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Well, you just meet new people. It's like last night I met a new dude. He kind of scared me a little bit because how deep he is with his art, and he was highly offended that I didn't know this artist that was Andy Warhol's best friend, and I don't even remember his name right now. I can't pronounce it either. But it was like, oh, you know, and he's I'm sorry, I'm going here, but I'm gonna go here. It was a black guy, and I knew who Andy Warhol was, but I didn't know Andy Warhol's best friend, who was also an artist, but a black artist. So he took offense to me last night. Oh. So then you're
a white heterosexual male. You're not allowed to not know things. You're
right.
Yeah.
You're right, and I started laughing at him, and I was like, "Dude, just show me, man. Teach me something. Don't get mad at me. Educate me."
Right.
So now I looked at his art, and it was fucking phenomenal. Because I guess that's who this guy has based his whole his art. Which that was my favorite piece last night. It looked like almost scribble.
Yeah.
Like it was just like random little cartoon faces. Like I should have took a picture of it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a show together on Sunday, so I'll see it again. But once I explained to him, and then I talked to him, it was straight. But it was like, man, don't get mad at me, just educate me.
Well, to me, that's the beautiful part about conversations, and it's like so many people nowadays that grow up with social media and shit like that, they just don't know how to talk to people. They don't know conflict resolution. You know what I mean? Because kids nowadays are growing up playing games online, and like I didn't play games online until like high school. Right?
Have you ever climbed a tree?
Oh, dude.
How young are y'all?
Yeah. So my tree in my neighborhood growing up was the tree to climb on.
I remember dial-up. So
Yeah. I remember the Seagate when you'd log into the computers like it was boom boom or whatever the fucking noise was. Yeah.
The first YouTube video I ever watched, I was like 18 or 19. Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's when it was like 2 videos.
Okay. You want to hear my YouTube story? How
Evolution of dance.
Someone. So no, this is mine. Naruto. I used to watch Naruto as a kid, and like there was like basically it stopped being on Cartoon Network, I believe, something like that. But there was basically some extra stuff they had put on like the internet, and this is like I mean, internet porn wasn't even that big of a thing at that point, and so like we had a buddy that rode the school bus as us, who was like, he's like, oh, I saw it, the thing you're wanting to see from Naruto, and I was like, how the fuck do I see it? And he goes, just go on the internet and search YouTube. And I was like, what the I was like, is that like I was like, that sounds like a Japanese website. Like that sounds like it's gonna like I'm not comfortable. Like, how do you spell that? And I couldn't fucking grasp it. And then I searched it. I remember searching it, and I thought just searching YouTube at that point was gonna bring up the video of Naruto that I wanted. I didn't realize it was a whole nother fucking search engine. Yep. That's my story of how I found out about YouTube. And I was in middle school.
I want to say it was like junior high, like 6th grade when I discovered YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 18 or 19.
Yeah. And so like, but to me, like all that shit, like kids growing up playing games online, and when you're not sitting in front of, I mean, I don't know about you, my mom used to like make us go outside and play. And look with the neighborhood kids, and if we didn't, there was no option. We just had to go outside, like be outside while I'm cooking dinner. And then my mom has an incredible whistle. She can whistle fucking loud as shit. And she would whistle, and we'd be hanging out with the neighbors or the people in the neighborhood. She'd whistle and be like, oh, we gotta go home. Or it would start to get dark and the street lights would come on, and we gotta go home. And then we would go home. We'd ride our bikes or scooters, or we'd fucking walk. And then but you learn conflict resolutions when you're actually face to face with somebody. And if you're if the main part of your interactions are people online, and you can be like, fuck you, you fucking cunt, you know what I mean? Like,
you can't say that in real life.
No.
Colton's gonna smash your
face. That's what I'm saying. If you start telling Colton like, oh boy, you look like Chicken Little, you know what I mean? Like, you say that online, there's not shit he can do about it.
Well, I only said it to him today because there's a table
right.
And I'm right by the door.
I can get over this table pretty quick.
No, Steve's like, he knows, he's like, Ryan will help me out. Ryan's gonna keep Colton off.
I know the fetal position. Like,
yeah,
you're lucky my Glock's in the truck.
yeah. Listen, I'm a professional at breaking fights up. I actually know. I say no. Mild confidence, know how to throw a punch.
Yeah. I may look big, but I don't fight. I've never been in a fight.
No,
ever.
You ever been in a fight, Steve?
Grew up fighting.
That's what you did back then. That was conflict resolution in the fucking 90s, bro.
Never had to throw a punch. Never been punched.
Because look at you.
That's why I started working out.
I was always the little guy.
I would say
That's why I worked out.
Colton, tell him how you got juicy.
Just eating a lot.
Well, you were skinny as fuck, right?
I wasn't skinny. I was chubby.
You were chubby, but you didn't like getting made fun of, right? Yeah.
Well, up until probably about 9th grade, I was like 5'3", with glasses and asthmatic.
You got sexy glasses though.
They were sexy. But so I was always the kid. Like nobody liked me. Like I had friends, but 4 friends. That was it. So
because you're an introvert.
I got to high school and my dad always worked out. So I was like, I'm gonna work out, and then it just kept going and kept going and kept going. And then I moved to Florida in 2016. It was like a fresh start. So nobody knew my past and all that. So I was able to put on this like persona almost. But that was just
What's your past, bitch? You been killing people?
You want to find out?
That's why he has to keep his Glock in his truck.
The first
He's
time,
finger happy.
the first time I hung out with him, it was going to the gym, and I had been working out for a while. I mean, you remember when I started working with you at one point? I was like fucking fat as shit, and I lost a bunch of weight. And so I was like, I loved working out with people. Like you said, surrounding yourself with artists. I surrounded myself with people who worked out.
People you want to be like.
Right. And I would just go to the gym whether I wanted to or not. I would just find myself like parked in the parking lot. Well, fuck, I guess I'm going inside. And but same kind of thing. One day I was like, hey, man, that was the first time we ever hung out. So I was like, man, we should go work out one day. Like, I want to learn something new. Same kind of thing. Like, I'm a beginner in relation to you. Let me walk in and just pick your brain kind of thing. Whether he believed it or not at that time. And the next thing you know, we were doing triceps that day. And he started with, like the second half of bench press is triceps. So if you can't bring your elbows past. So he was laying on the ground doing.
Flat back.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's called a flat back bench.
Yeah, so he's laying on the ground, fucking doing like 325.
Yeah, it keeps your triceps.
Yeah. But he's doing
Constant
325. And some dude who's like, when you lose a bunch of weight like that, like you don't get stronger. You like, get weaker at the more weight you lose because you're losing fat and muscle.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to it's impossible to just lose fat, in my opinion, just from somebody who's lost a shit ton of weight. And so watching him do that, I was like, God damn.
Well, I mean, I grew up in an old school like bodybuilding gym.
Yeah.
The whole gym was the size of like this house. Like it was super small. There was like 10 people that worked there.
You hear him slash me down like
for
that?
a gym.
I liked it though.
Oh, it was so good.
Underhanding insults to your
Yeah,
friends. It's the
Oh,
best.
fuck this guy. I don't.
Damn, my house.
No,
is
that's
broken.
how you know that he's a real friend though. No one else is gonna say that. The real
Oh, dude,
friends
there's
will kick you.
Oh yeah. Colton and I have become really close
awesome.
since we met. It's pretty cool. He didn't really have a choice.
I didn't.
No. We lived next to each other for a while too.
Yeah, he was my next door
Shared
neighbor.
a fucking
Really?
wall.
Yeah, in an apartment.
Yeah.
Like I moved into this apartment and I was like, hey, there's he was just leaving his place. And I was like, there's an apartment. Like you can, it's a pretty cool place.
Or he's like, this is a cool apartment complex, and we had been there once.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's pretty fucking nice, man. And then we went to just check it out when I was moving, and they're like, oh yeah, this is like one of the only 1 bedroom 1 baths that's on the first floor that we have open. And I was like, you're fucking joking. They like took me to show me. I was like, my friend lives right next door, and we were just friends at that point. We were like really good friends, and I don't know. We just hung out more. We started watching fights together, and next thing you know, I'm doing the podcast, and this motherfucker loves computers and shit.
And I like just sitting here not talking.
It's awesome. I like when you chime in though. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, that's why we had to give him a mic. We have to get him a mic because sometimes he chimes in and you just hear like talk right now, Colton.
Well, like without a mic, it's just
Yeah, you hear it in the distance. Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
Now I have the speaker.
Yeah, yep. Or otherwise, I have to flip my mic around. Colton fucks with me a lot and will mute my microphone. He's a fucking dick.
I love fucking with him.
When he's drunk too, he can't fuck with me enough, bro. I literally I was telling him the other day. I was like, man, I had to rewatch the podcast where I was telling you we drank a bunch of beers and shit like that. And I was like, if someone watched that and didn't know we were really good friends, they would think you were bullying me. Like that shit was fucking bad. Yeah, at that point you were. Yeah. That shit was funny as fuck. Man. But
Give me the power and I will use it.
I know. I'm like, maybe I should take some away. I'm just kidding. But I don't know, man. The shit's fun to me. He gets to do what he likes. I get to talk to people. Get to find out what makes them tick. So pretty alright. So what was your life like growing up, as far as like high school and shit? Like what made you? I mean, you said you just liked art, but like.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, no, but dude,
Walk us through.
So first of all, let me just say this before you get in depth. So like, we're on the internet. You can say whatever the fuck you want. We mark this as explicit, which they should really make it a double explicit, because like we go
to some deep places.
The last
sometimes.
podcast, what was that? The one with Cody and Wyatt? I don't remember. The one where we had a turtle on the TV orgasming.
Yeah, we had a turtle going.
Yeah, like
I like that noise,
yeah. So say whatever the fuck you want, man.
Okay.
What was life like growing up for you? Because that makes a huge difference in how you choose the choices you have as an adult.
Okay. Let's start. First half of my life, I was the only white kid in a different neighborhood, so I was the minority. Got beat up a lot. There's probably still a pair of my tennis shoes hanging on the power lines.
Yeah.
One in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Then we moved to call it Trailer Park, I guess. And that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
So it was a little.
So you're like Eminem that doesn't rap.
Yeah, fuck that. I can't talk that fast.
Someone, yeah. No, I can't do it. Can't do it.
It's awful.
I can talk pretty quick. But it's just talking. I can't rap.
No, and then just ways to make money. Then you learn to cut out the middleman, make it your own.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
Trailer park entrepreneur.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. And then started working for Publix probably when I was like 16 or 17. Just for
What made you start there? Just because it was the only place
my
hiring?
mom. Because she worked for the credit union. So it was like, you just, like, it's kind of like we talked about earlier. You're taught you have to do a certain thing in life, and that's complete horseshit.
Your parents make a big difference in how your life ends up.
All right, so my dad, unless it was sports, boxing, or weightlifting, he wasn't interested. So like when I would show him my new drawing, he didn't give a fuck.
He's like my kid's queer.
Yeah, definitely. That's the type of dad I had though.
Right.
So you always had to be the tough guy. You always had to throw the first punch. And my ego probably left me when I got divorced at 26. It was a big hit. My whole mentality changed. Then I got with the person I'm with now, who actually I used to drive to school in high school. We grew up together, so it's kind of cool. And she's artsy, and she's very, I don't know the right word. We're very vibrant people. Like, we just go with the flow. Like I said, she makes great money, but she drives a 99 Corolla just because she's like, fuck it. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
But,
That's awesome. To find a girl that feels that way, that's awesome.
yeah, it's just, there's no, I don't know. And it's like,
Who you marry makes just like your parents, makes a huge difference in how your life ends up.
from the first marriage to the second marriage is like, I was doing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect to her or nothing. It's just, we just shouldn't have never got married. You just learn life. Like, this is the next step. This is the next step. This is what you're supposed to do. It's not what I wanted to do. It's just, I've been dating her since high school, and that was just the next thing. Everyone's like, when you get, like, I just like harassed him for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's
supposed
fun,
to do.
peer pressure.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. You just grow up and learn.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but like I was telling Colton before you got here, I watched the Gucci movie last night.
Gucci movie.
Yeah, the one, it's like the family of Gucci or something like that. The movie about Gucci, but it's like the guy who played Kylo Ren. Mm-hmm. He plays Maurizio Gucci. Mm-hmm. I might be butchering all of this because I don't ever watch movies. Ask Colton, but I actually stayed awake this whole time. Normally I fall asleep in the first 20 minutes, and basically like the whole movie was talking about like he at the beginning of the movie, he's like in love with this one chick, and spoiler alert, he's in love with this one chick. His dad, who's like the guy who basically made Gucci, him and his brother made Gucci, and then he's the son, and he wants nothing to do with Gucci. He goes to law school to become a lawyer. His dad's rich as fuck, and then he finds this girl who like she's very manipulative and like knows how to, when you're 20, what does every dude want? That's what he was getting. And he's like, I want to marry this girl. And his dad's like, he's like, do whatever you want. Have sex with her, sleep with her, like, go have dates with her. Don't marry her. And he goes, fuck you. And once he said, don't marry her, he's like, that's exactly what I'm doing now. And he's like, well, I'm going to write you out of the will. And he goes, I don't fucking care about the will. And in so many words, I just, this is from like the 70s. So I just made it, what it would be today if it was that. But basically, the dad was right. The whole movie, like this one lady, she like all of a sudden they start taking over the Gucci empire, and like they start she basically becomes like the conflict of the whole thing. And then at a certain point, like he divorces her, and then when he divorces her, she goes batshit crazy. She's already been seeing like a one of the the people that read cards or whatever, and so she's like reading cards for this chick, and next thing you know, they're hiring a hitman to kill her ex-husband. And they're like not even divorced yet either, too. So it's fucking crazy because Gucci ended up getting murdered in the street. The Maurizio Gucci guy got murdered in the street fucking in 1995, and it was from his ex-wife.
Wow.
And so who you marry makes a huge difference on how your life ends up. Is where I was getting at with that. Like, it's a huge decision, but straight out of college, people are like, "What? You've been dating this girl for more than 45 minutes?
Yeah,
and we met her, so you need to marry her." That's basically
Get married.
Right. And like, I don't know, like, did you grow up religious at all?
My mom made me go to church until I got the choice when I was like 15 or 16. My dad never went.
And so you thought you were just getting forced to go, probably. If just your mom's going.
No,
your dad's not
actually, it's a whole mind fuck up because here I am, 36. I've gone to church a few times the past few months because I believe there's a higher power. But do I only believe that because it was beat into my head as a child?
Yeah.
Like, is he Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny?
going.
Or is it legit? Like, and I struggle with that as a human being today because I was forced.
Right.
So my children, if I choose to go, if you want to come, come. If you don't, you won't. Not what the Bible says. The Bible says you're supposed to be like the head of the household and you're supposed to influence your child. But at the same time, do I only believe in a higher power because I was influenced so heavy? And why didn't my dad go?
Right.
He didn't become religious till he was given a death sentence by a doctor.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You start questioning everything. That's so like I feel like a lot of people nowadays aren't religious like they were back then because of the internet. You're able to actually discuss ideas and have thoughts, and the biggest thing with a religion is you're not supposed to question it.
Yeah.
And the answers they do have for the questions, you're supposed to just believe. Like I grew up going to church as well, but like I'm the same way as you. Like I believe there's something, and maybe that's only because I went to church or something. Like very, very rarely do I actually think there's like the God. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, just there's so much to life, and it's so complex that there's got to be something that made it all happen. Yeah. But I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not saying there's nothing, but I just don't. I don't feel like I need to go to church and be like, oh, Jesus Christ died.
Well, faith is not in a floor plan. So whether you believe in God or not, you can do it right here at this podcast, and to me, that's praising.
Right.
But like, I don't know much about space and all that, like the factual facts. But there's black holes or whatever, infinite galaxies. They're saying there's shit that
they could be lying, bro. They could be. I don't even know if the Earth is round. To be honest with you.
No, it's round. But what I'm saying is
start doing painting on round canvases. That'd be cool.
I painted like some fish tanks and shit.
That'd be dope.
No, I've done like some pretty cool stuff.
That's dope.
It's not just canvas.
So they do some like spheres.
No, I paint like bar stools and epoxy over it. It's badass. You like sit on
Marilyn Monroe's
face. I was like, you want what? He's like, that way my patrons are always sitting on a hottie's face. And I was like, you got me sold.
Yeah, you're paying me? All right.
I even did one, they wanted me to paint like these girls that were like all this shit, and then they put it over guys' urinals. So like when you're pissing, it was like a girl was over you making fun of your small dick. I was like, yes! You are pathetic.
Damn, son. You're going somewhere with the universe. You're talking about the universe before we start talking about that.
Yeah, I'm like a dog. I'm like squirrel.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like, so the Bible says, this is the universe and this is blah, blah. I believe in aliens. Like, so I can't believe in God? There's so much fucking proof out there.
There's just so much unknown.
There's so much science. And you mean like dinosaurs couldn't have existed if God existed? Because that's how some Christians take it. I have my grandfather and them didn't believe in dinosaurs.
What?
Yeah. Because the Earth's only 2,022 years old, so how can something be a million?
Oh, they act like the Earth didn't exist before Jesus was here?
I blame drugs on all religion.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, so...
Fucking sniffing markers.
So you want to...
Burning the sage?
The coolest...
Just getting high?
The coolest, look into religion that I've heard of was actually from my wife. She said that there's so many different religions. Mm-hmm. She's like, what if the grand scheme of everything that is the world and life and everything is one giant window?
Just have faith.
But but it's just one giant window, right? And whenever the earth and everything was created, that window got broken. And every religion is a piece of that window. They're all talking about the same fucking window, just from different perspectives. Mm-hmm. So so she believes and I pretty much agree with this, is like every religion boils down to the same things, like be a good person. Like they're just stories to tell people to be a good, to do this, to live this life and to be good. And if you're too greedy, then bad things are going to happen to you and all this other shit.
And just to keep your people in check.
Right. So I'm totally down once I have kids, you want to learn about Buddhism this year? Fucking let's go to a Buddhist church, whatever. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know. Shows you how much I know. I only got Christianity when I was a kid. That was it.
Yeah, but it's kind of see, and this is what I struggle with today too. Like, if my kids are being bad, it's December. Like, Santa Claus was watching. Like, bitch, no, he ain't.
You can see.
So it's like, did my grandma just say like, "Oh, Jesus is watching you"? So I would stop doing the fucked up shit I was doing.
Yeah.
And it would scare the hell out of me.
That's
like, what do you mean he sees me right now?
Yeah. Well, that's the part of it too. Is they want you to believe that someone's looking when no one's looking.
Well, maybe he is.
Yeah. Well, that's karma. Do you believe in karma?
I believe you make your own luck.
So people that can't see it, but you see that quote that's up there that you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Mm-hmm. Each one of those wooden panels is supposed to be a quote. I just haven't got around to it. Regardless, one of them is going to be luck is where opportunity meets preparation.
Okay.
And so that's what I think is like, and so we talked about retirement. You know how retirement is like a drip. You're just squirreling money away a little bit at a time, and then over time it becomes a big amount of money, and then that money makes itself grow, and then it just over time it's called compounding interest. It just like it looks like a hockey stick, so it's like slow, mm-hmm. and then at the end it shoots up.
Yeah.
I think everything in life is that way. Everything in life is like slow, and then boom. Like there was a book, basic. I don't remember what the book was. I've just heard about it. I've never read this book, so just disclaimer. But they basically talk about to be an expert at anything, you have to do something for 10,000 hours. And once you become doing something for 10,000 hours and you're an expert, like it fucking shoots through the roof. Mm-hmm. And so like that's how I view doing the podcast. Is like I've got to put in 10,000 hours. The sooner I do it, and the more the sooner I do it, it like the better. Obviously, like that I'm putting in hours, I become a professional at that point. And then once I put in those 10,000 hours, like if to put in 10,000 hours as soon as possible, you have to really enjoy what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So like, let it consume me. Fuck it. And so that's the way I view like doing the podcast is like, I've got to make it a habit. I've got to make it something I do all the time. It's got to be something that I just really enjoy. And if you force yourself to like make Amazon before Jeff Bezos, like you're not going to make it what it is. Mm-hmm. You just like every like billionaire that I've ever listened to talk, they all talk about like Bill Gates. He just fucking loved coding, mm-hmm. and then he found a way to monetize it. He was doing it for free, and then he found a way where he could make money doing it. Like seems like the same way with with Elon Musk, because he loves to innovate things, and he found a way to make money. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, just find what you love to do it, and then find a way to make money doing it. And that way you can support to do that full time. The idea that I could do a podcast full time one day, like that fires up the fuck out of me, because other people are doing it. Mm-hmm. So that means that it can be done. A lot of people are doing it full time. And I mean, they might be doing other things too, but like, they don't work 9 to 5 jobs Monday through Friday. They don't have like corporate jobs anymore. They just get sponsors, and they're like, well, people listen to me because I have, original thoughts, or I have good guests on, and we talk about interesting things, and that's what my whole idea with the podcast is, have good conversations, because people like good conversations because they don't happen that often anymore, mm-hmm. unfortunately.
Yeah, right. Well, you're definitely in the right field because you're very inviting.
Yeah,
I hope so. I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, if I can get Steve on, there's not a goddamn person in this world I can't get on.
Accurate.
See, that's why we got to have drinks ready. And that's another thing, too, is I try to make it as easy as possible for somebody to say yes. Because I'm like, man, like, come on the podcast, we'll just talk. If you hate it, we'll delete it. We don't have to post it. We haven't had to do that yet, but, like, it's not live.
Yeah.
This isn't live. This is going to be posted in a couple days. If we post it, mm-hmm. we can just hang out, and then worst come to worst, you hung out and talked with some people and got some new ideas, or just talked about yourself. Got your, you influenced at least 2 people. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Talk more with you in this than I have my whole career.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm not that guy, dude. I'm not gonna walk up to you first.
I know.
Especially at Publix.
I'm not either.
Yeah. All right, so I want to hear about some fights that you got into as a kid, though.
Why?
I don't know, man. Everyone's got fight stories. Well, if you got in a fight.
Except for Colton.
Yeah, well, Colton's big ol'. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I love you, Colton. Yeah, tell me some fight stories. I'll tell you. I'll start it off. I was in daycare as a little kid, like elementary school. I was like 5, and these 2 like 7-year-olds were picking on me, and they were way bigger than me, and I just got tired of them bullying me and shit. And then one like I don't know why. I just got to the point where I was like, I don't care if they beat the shit out of me. They're beating the shit out of me slowly every day more and more because they're realizing what they can get away with. And I fucking stood up after one of them pushed me down. I was like, I'm going to hit you. And he's like, he laughed, pushed me down. I got back up, fucking punched him in the eye, gave him a black eye. And the other one didn't even, like, the one hit the ground when I punched him in the face, and the other one ran off. And I was like, I'd have done this fucking forever ago if I'd have known it was going to work out like that.
Yeah, but that's most bullies.
They ran. They
1% of bullies actually want to fight you.
They ran back to like the people that worked there and like he hit me. But they like this bully had been going so long. They knew about it, and literally the nurse. We called them nurses. I don't know why, but they were literally like, "Well, you deserved it." And that was the end of it. And the mom was so pissed, and she's like, he needs to get in trouble. And it's like, well, your kid's a fucking cock. So what do you want? Like, I mean, it's so many words. You know what I mean? You know, don't raise your kids to be fucking hoodlums. Yeah. What about you? That's my best fight story. And every other fight's been avoided.
I do that in my old age because I got a bad back. So I talk way out of shit now.
When was the last fight you got into, and what happened? What caused it?
Actual fight?
Yeah.
Probably 27. I was outside of I think it was my bad.
You're good.
Like a Texas Roadhouse or something. It was a restaurant. Dude pulled in. Guy was trying to back into like this parking spot, and the little dude whipped in. And it was an old man that was backing in and
stole a parking spot from an old man.
So the old man was, I was outside waiting for my table. The old man was, you know, like, hey, yeah. And
a feeble old man.
The younger guy got out. I was like, yeah, fuck you. Like, I was like, no, fuck you. Yeah. So I fought the dude right there because he walked up to me. And back then I would just, I was probably quite his size, but I used to be a big dude.
Yeah,
I just cold cocked him right there, and then we had to leave so the cops didn't come get me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So it wasn't much of a fight. It was more like you punched him and then left.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had to. All right, for instance, growing up, let's go a little bit back. Not that you care to know, but like I had.
I do. I want to know all these things.
One of the kids came over. He was driving, and he left ruts in my dad's driveway. Mind you, we lived in the trailer park. It was like a dirt driveway.
Right.
There was no getting over it.
You drove down a dirt road to get here, to be honest. So
I enjoyed it. I kind of thought I was set up for a second. Like, oh shit.
Nigga jumped. You're not the first person to think that. You're like, okay, but, if I didn't already have podcasts on YouTube, you'd be like, I'm gonna get killed.
I was waiting for the banjos.
Yeah.
But no, my dad hemmed me up against my truck because I didn't say something to the kid who left ruts in his driveway.
And it was one of your friends?
Nah, I didn't really. I mean, I knew him, but I wasn't like buddies with him. So I had to go and I picked a fight with him because my dad
yelled at you.
You have to handle your business. That's how my dad was. So I'm the complete opposite as a parent.
Yeah.
Because there's, you know, that's just that's where I grew up. Like,
yeah,
you get, you know, fucking tackle someone too hard playing football, they're gonna swing on you.
Yeah.
You win them and you lose them.
Yeah. You ever lost a fight?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I never gotten enough to lose any, but excuse me. So I started doing karate when I was like fucking 11 or 12, and just like anything else, when you start, you're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But over time, I started to get like pretty confident in how I was moving, throwing punches, kicks, all that shit. Like, started like you could see a clear difference between. I became like a brown belt basically. So like I got pretty confident in what I was doing. Basically, if I would have just a brown belt, it's like just stick with it. In a couple of years, you'll be a black belt.
Yeah.
Just stick with it and keep putting in that same amount of effort, and you'll be a black belt. So I was like right on the precipice. I ended up quitting because my brother quit, and I was like, well, to a younger brother, I don't know if you have any siblings or not, but like I only had an older brother. So when my older brother quit doing it, I was like, oh, well, this isn't cool anymore because he's not doing it.
Yeah.
And so I just followed his footsteps. But because of that, like because I grew up right on like the edge of like puberty, knowing how to throw a punch and a kick and shit like that, like I'm relatively confident throwing hands just because I know how to throw a punch. I've sparred with people before, but because I knew that I was relatively confident and I know what white belts look like that start, and I'm like, okay, everyone who doesn't already know how to do that, they're white belts. So like and you watch fights in high school, you know what I mean? Like everybody crowds around and watches fights, and like you would see kids like crowd around a fight, and you watch these guys fight, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like this is not a real fight. And And so I knew that my base level of understanding of fighting was better than most people's. So I was always avoiding conflict because I never wanted to hurt people, and I knew I had that capability. And the only times I got close to fighting people, I'm trying to think. It was one time in high school basketball because this dude was fucking with me. And he had been fucking with me for a long time. And it takes a long time for me to fucking get to my precipice where I'm like, like when the one kid was bullying me, or the two kids in like daycare or whatever. Like, it takes a long time. And it got to that point. Where
toddlers with tempers.
That's me. But once I actually knew how to fight, like I don't want to hurt people. Like you're like, but this dude was kept fucking with me, and you guys understand. I'm a nice person. Like I've always been this way as far as being talkative and shit. And so when somebody's mean to me, I get really quiet whenever I don't want to be in a situation that I'm in, and I'm just fucking like I become Steve. I'm just like, and with the middle finger up on the forehead. And so basically, this one dude kept fucking with me. It was in high school like gym class, and like he was just making fun of me for his friends. Though he was doing it in front of his friends to give himself more clout. And I was like, hey man, I just want to be left the fuck alone. I don't want anything to do with you. Like, I'm here to have fun with my friends, you go have fun with your friends. But he found me as like a source to pick on, and I was fat back then too. Like I had health problems growing up as a kid, so like, like I was on medication. I was basically on prednisone, like a steroid, and it makes you eat a lot. And so I was starving all the time. I was fat as fuck. And so like this dude was fucking with me all the time, and I already didn't have a good image of myself. And I literally was like, I was like, I'm gonna fuck, like, this guy keeps fucking with me. Like, I'd rather get the shit beat out of me and him never talk to me again than, which probably wouldn't have happened. But I would rather like fucking get in a fight, be suspended from school, have my face blown in front of everybody, just so this motherfucker will leave me alone. And I got to the point, and I'm gonna say it, he was a black guy, but that didn't have anything to do with it. The dude was just a dick to me.
Fucking racist.
I'm telling you. Well, I have black friends. Whatever.
Regardless, you're not allowed to say that.
Whatever. But like, I was ready to get in a fight with this dude, and I can specifically remember where I was standing in the gymnasium when we were playing dodgeball, and I literally went to grab a ball, and he snatched it from my hand. I was like, why we're on the same fucking team? What the fuck, man? And he's like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? And I was like, I literally was like, throw something. I'll fucking, like, let's go right now. I literally was like, I'm tired of your shit. If you're going to do something, and we'll fucking get this over with. And he just was like, oh, you do it. You do it. And I was like, I'm not going to throw the first punch, but I'll throw the last. And he never fucking spoke to me again. That was the end of it. I stood up to him, and I was taller than him. I weighed more than him, which, whatever. But I actually knew how to throw a punch, too. So, like, I was not prepared. I was very prepared. And it was funny. One of my best friends in high school, and still one of my good friends to today, he was a black belt in that same karate, and he was like from me to you, and he was like standing there watching us like, oh shit, something's about to happen. So I knew at least I had one friend to help me out if I ended up having to fight more than one person. So
See, the thing about fighting in a small town, everyone knows everybody.
It becomes a fucking
and
war.
My school, no, not even that. There was no fights in my schools ever, because you got a week suspension, and it was like a $3,000 fine.
Oh shit! We didn't get fines.
Well, they started pressing charges against
serious.
kids
Yeah.
Wait, they press charges against kids now?
Against kids now, yeah.
That's some pussy shit.
When I got in a
That's
fight,
how school shootings happen. Let them fucking fight. Because if you're gonna get pressed charges on you, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Like, just let them fucking fight.
We do not condone violence on this podcast.
No. But you understand, like, if kids are fighting, like, that's what kids are gonna do it regardless. If you make it illegal to fight kids, you just made more criminals.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just speaking from the hip too. All right, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Nah, but like coming from someone like you who is a talker, like I'm not a talker. I would sit there until they pissed me off enough, and then I wouldn't say nothing. I would just knock them.
Yeah.
And whether it went good for me or went bad, that's just the way it went. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Like,
fuck what happens after this. I want to do this thing. That was how it was when I almost got into that last fight in high school. I literally was like standing there, was like, I don't care what comes after this. I just know how good it's gonna feel to just fucking just give him what I've been feeling in one time.
Luckily for me, growing up, I was the small, nerdy kid with glasses. Nobody wants to beat up the small, nerdy kid with glasses.
No one wants to get beat up by the small nerdy kid with glasses.
Everyone saw the fucking quiet kid beat the piss out of the loud, obnoxious kid.
It happens.
Yeah.
But then I started going to the gym, and then people were just like, I was cool with everybody.
But that's like a double loser. Like either you're known for bullying the little weak kid, or you're known for getting your ass beat by the little weak kid. So you gotta leave him alone.
Yeah. And see, I was the fat kid that was like talkative and shit. And that's another thing too with starting the podcast. I wanted to mention this. Like, I don't know about you, but like I was really self-conscious with starting a podcast. I was like, oh, what is everybody that I went to high school with going to think about it? And then at a certain point I was like, fuck those people.
Do you ever see any of those people?
No.
Who cares?
Fuck those people. You know how many people I hang out with now that I went to high school with? There's like 4. And it's like, fuck those people. Like, most of those people are going to live insignificant lives, and I cannot let what I do with my life be controlled with what I think other people are going to think about me. Yeah. Like, that's when I stopped giving a fuck what my dad says, what my mom says, what my grandparents think I should do, which I take all of what they say with a grain of salt.
Sure.
But, like, you know, they have a lot of wisdom in them.
Their way doesn't have to be your way.
Right.
Yep.
Their choices aren't my choices, and my choices aren't their choices.
This is off subject, but kind of on the same subject as far as, you know, like, for me personally with the art shit. It's, I feel the universe, the world has a funny way of putting you right where you're supposed to be. All right? So, I got out of art, went shitty marriage, blah, blah, blah. End up marrying a girl I used to drive to school daily. She rode with me and, like, 4 other kids. I drove. Like, to now I've put in X amount of years with Publix. I could retire and fund my entire new career. And it's just where I blanked out there for 10 years. It's just, I just feel the world brought you back to where you're supposed to be. And here I am being successful. My kids love it. It's created opportunities that I couldn't dream of.
Do you believe in destiny?
I mean,
do you believe like everything you do, like oh, no matter what I do, I'm gonna end up where I'm supposed to be? Like, I feel like you I think we talked about this earlier. I feel like you just
jump on the opportunities that are provided in front of you.
I feel like luck is where opportunity meets preparation. Like the lottery, like playing the lottery, I feel like is the people. Like, people think that rich people just become successful like overnight. They think that like Joe Rogan just all of a sudden overnight has the biggest, like, this world has such a short attention span that as soon as someone hits and makes a shit ton of money and becomes super famous, they go, oh, well, of course he did. Mm-hmm. And they make excuses in their mind for why they have what seems unobtainable. Yeah. And they don't like, do you listen to rap at all?
I listen a little bit of everything.
Okay. Do you know who Big Sean is, the rapper? Mm-hmm. He's like, I've been working, he's like, it took me like 10 years to become an overnight success. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's legit.
It's accurate.
Because like Joe Rogan's podcast, biggest podcast of all podcasts, right? He's been fucking doing it for like, I don't know, fucking 10 years. Mm-hmm. And it was not the biggest podcast for
1,800 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. But overnight he became an overnight success after 10 years of fucking working at it. And so to me, like this podcast might get 10 people to listen to it, but it might get 10,000 people to listen to it. Yeah. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I'm gonna keep fucking moving forward.
It's what you enjoy doing, though, too.
I mean, you're sitting here, you understand. It just comes easy to me. It's just talking. I can fucking talk to a wall. Yeah, it's easy, man. I don't know. As long as somebody will talk with me, it's fucking easy. It's so easy. It can be an introverted people like 2 of you guys. Nah, I'll ask questions. I'm a curious enough person. I feel like it works. Like, that's why whenever I watch Joe Rogan's podcast, like I really feel like where he's coming from, where he's like, I'm gonna talk to people. I might as well like make it a thing. Like, and that's how I am. Like, this actually gives me a point in time to like be like, hey, meet me at Saturday at 9:00 at my house. I got a room set up for podcasts. Come in, we'll just talk shit. If you hate it, we'll not post it. But regardless, I'm gonna have a good time, even if it's not something I can use for the podcast.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. Life is so variable between each person too, that it's like, to me, the more experiences you get without actually having to experience something, the fastest way to learn is through others. The slowest way to learn is by making the mistakes yourselves.
Yeah.
So if I can talk to you and hear what you went through, and hey, I got divorced, I got married when I shouldn't have, and like I went through all these things, and now I'm back into art just by happenstance because I broke my ankle, and like now I'm doing this, and it's huge for me. That like it like adds another layer of like, hey, keep going with the podcast, keep doing it, because it can be something in 10 years from now. I mean, it might not even be a podcast. It might be something completely different at that point.
Yeah.
It might be NFTs. I don't fucking know. But keep going in that direction. It could be something. Just, follow your passion.
True. This is like I did the art for 6 years before I actually stepped out with what you would say the opportunity of making my own luck, and did the first tattoo convention, and now I've blown up. I'm booked out through the end of the year, something every weekend almost.
Yeah, your Instagram stays popping. Stays popping constantly. I'm like, man, does this man fucking sleep?
Nope.
How much sleep you get a night?
The days I work at Publix, maybe 2 or 3, because I'm backed up on commissions through like September.
Jeez.
Plus all the shows.
No wonder he's mad all the time. He's fucking tired.
I wouldn't say you're mad all the time. I understand the.
No, I get it.
I don't fucking care about anyone here.
Bro,
Look,
like what you said about your mentality there.
But
When you're
no,
literally
okay.
just like, I don't want to be like these people, so I'm not going to talk to them.
It's not even that I don't talk to him. It's I'm not gonna put myself out. Why do I want to tell? I'm not gonna say a name, but
Joe Schmo about anything.
about anything about me. Like, who gives a fuck? He
Like,
don't care.
I don't like it.
And most of them people there,
Gonna try and drag you down.
they're your best friend to your face, but then 2 hours later you find out that they're
Talking shit.
telling on you. Or okay, for instance, I'm not gonna say names, but I'm gonna use this as one of the most recent, and it blew up because I stand my ground when you come at me, and it really I'm gonna say it backfired on them, to the point where they completely left me alone about it. I come in at 4 a.m. My daughter had been up all night, my 6-year-old, with a fever. My wife kind of can make her own schedule with her job. So waiting to hear if she was going to be able to get that shift off or if I was going to go home that day. So I clocked in and finished texting at like 4:03. Night shift manager comes up, talks to me. See, I don't try to hide it. I'm on the phone. By 4:05, the phone's in the drawer. I'm to work. Now, I could have waited to clock in. The manager could have called me on my bullshit. Didn't say nothing. Talked to me, greeted me, talked to me for a couple minutes, went about our business. Well, he went and told on me. So I'm getting pulled aside about stealing company time.
Because you're on your phone.
And it pissed me off to where I blew up like all over my managers about, because all mine does is sit there and plays on his phone all day. I've walked past my boss's boss during staff, and their cameras off, and you know who I'm talking about, and he's scrolling through Facebook. Don't fucking come at me with that bullshit when I should have just called in.
And it's because your
got
daughter's
paid on sick time. I got 4 months of sick time. I don't ever call in.
And all of a sudden, that's the shit
so
that
instead
fucking
of going,
drives me up
hey,
a wall.
he could have confronted me if it bothered him. 2, he could have just said, hey, wait to clock in next time. You get 15 minutes, and I would have been like, yeah, you're right. But instead he went and told on me, tried to get me. I don't know. I don't like that like stab in the back shit. And
They make
that's
it so
another
hard
reason,
to work, man.
Well, it's just another reason why I've been pursuing this. I'm my own boss. It's created family time. If my daughter is sick, I'm still working at home taking care of her.
Well, that's going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast. Like, if your bills are so high that you cannot get a different job because the income you make at your current job pays for all that shit, and you get in trouble for being on your phone, you're like, well, fuck, I can't lose this job, man. I can't afford it. I'll lose everything if I lose this job.
Don't know the funny thing? Most of my bills are attorney fees. I fought for custody for 5 years, and so that is a big expense. And then even though I have 50-50, I still have to pay child support. But I could retire today, pay those bills. I could pay my child support out through the rest of their childhood and my attorney fees, pay the penalty, and still walk away with a giant chunk to roll over into a retirement account.
Right.
So, I mean, if you want to look at the blessings in life, where I say the world has a funny way of putting you where you need to be, I'm in a financial spot where I could do that, still pay my biggest debts, and pursue what I wanted to. Maybe that's why I did put in 20 years with Publix.
There's
and
so
that's
much
the
freedom.
world's funny way, because I was marrying the wrong person. So
Right.
like, and I'm very open minded. So it's like you can look into it 9 different ways and analyze it, and it's just where I find myself.
I wish how you just said that. I felt that on a whole nother level, because I'm not. My situation's slightly different, but because I don't rely on income because of me not having any bills and me taking those several years to discipline myself to where I had like an emergency fund to fall back on and all these things. Like, if my boss, same thing as you, if he goes to so many people, if you go, hey man, you can't be on your phone, they go like their butthole clenches up. Oh my God, I can't be on my. Oh my God, I can't lose this job. Where to me, it's like how you are, like, you can't be on your phone. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Joe Rogan refers to it as fuck you money. When he did Fear Factor, he made fuck you money. Like, fuck you, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Just fuck you. I have money. Fuck you. You trying to tell me what to do? Fuck you. I don't need this.
Well, see, it wasn't even the phone thing. It was, if you're gonna be my boss and lead by example, and all you do is play on yours. But
right.
I'm trying not to call in. I'm trying to come here and make you guys fucking money.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I just have a whole perspective. Like, why am I busting my ass in there, you know, week after week? I don't know if you were around when I used to be like the overtime king. Back when I was on the cutter, I worked 70 hours a week because I was the only shift that had a cutter. Like, I would work every day but Sunday. And they loved you then, but it's kind of like Animal Farm. Yeah. The horse. The pigs loved the horse. But when the horse broke his leg, they sold him to the glue factory because he was no longer beneficial. So as soon as I didn't take those promotions or go the way they wanted me to go, I'm content where I'm at. You're
supposed to follow the same path they want. And as soon as you show like that, like you know, like, hey, I'm doing this thing on my own and I'm starting to make, you know, it everything's a snowball effect. Everything's compounding interest. Like, as soon as they see that snowball going in your direction and or that interest like start to really compound, they get jealous. They're like, fuck, like, that's not how you should be living your life. You're supposed to become a manager at the place you start working at when you can finally work full time, and then you're supposed to, you know.
I won't be like that.
No, fuck that. That's like, not the American dream.
No, but like Publix is great. I'm not knocking the company. I'm not knocking the print shop. The print shop is fantastic. You know, I started working there. I used to make $1,300 a week. I mean, I was working overtime, but I used to bank as a 20-year-old. You know, and that's just. I just got comfortable in life, and then, you know, you start waking up, you're doing the same thing every fucking week. Where'd that money go?
Right.
Booze and chasing parties. Like, it was stupid.
And trying to look like you have more money than you do.
It wasn't even that.
Yeah.
I just went out and I wouldn't hesitate to drop $700 on a Friday night because I had it.
Right.
No one had disciplined me in life like now. If I sell a painting, especially having a claim, you know, I put 10% away for taxes. I put 10% away for a retirement fund, and the rest goes in a business account, and I forget I never had it because I'm actually with a partner as well that can pay the bills for the most part. So that money is just extra. It's just bonus money.
Yeah.
And it's just building up the business.
That's so... See, this is why I like doing the podcast so much, is because when you hear shit like that, like, I hope that someone gets, like, if it's 1%, like, that helps them, and they go, well, I need to fucking, you know, take inventory of what's happening in my life and go, how can I, because like you hear that and you're like, fuck, that sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. You're like on a path.
Yeah, but
like,
I didn't figure it out till I was 34. Imagine if you could instill that into your children's minds. Like,
right. And oh man,
with my children right now, my oldest wants to be a professional artist. A curator actually told me last week there was a Mother's Day show. It's pretty badass. Like, all the top artists came. It was like charity event for some organization, but they did a kids thing, and he said the main reason why he did a kids event prior to the adult show was because almost every show I have my children, and two of them like to run the booth. They like to do it. They're earning money. If I sell, I always give them a cut. They like participating in the art. He said that was the biggest inspiration for him to start getting the youth involved, because he sees me on no one else shows up there with their fucking kids. They're there to have a good time, drink, whatever. If I have my kids, you know, I might have a little behind the scenes drink, so I'll loosen up and talk to you.
Right.
That's just my anxiety. But they love how I am a family involved person. Like, if my dad would have took the time in this, you know, but he worked for the man, and all he cared about was he taught me how to put you in a chokehold or lift weights. That's it. If it didn't involve that, he wasn't interested.
Right.
Then I had a mother who was so miserable in the marriage, she just ignored being a mother. So it's like I raised myself outside with my friends.
Right.
And we had no influence other than you have to work until you're old, and then you retire. And then my dad retired to die. He retired and died 2 years later. He retired because he was ill. Like, I'm not going to be that. What if I get the same shit he had? Fuck that. I'm going to live my life in my 30s now. I wish I would have known this in my 20s. Because you can be successful, you can do what you want to do, and you don't need a corporation to do it for you. It's going to be harder. You know,
but in the same instance, it's easier. It's harder in some ways. It's harder in some ways.
Okay, so like my brother-in-law, he ran his own business, but for 20 years they didn't have insurance until they decided to have kids. Now he has to work a desk job to have insurance because insurance for someone that doesn't work in a corporation is $900 a month. That's fucking outrageous. So to me, sometimes you need it, and that's why my brain again brings me back to the world puts you where you're supposed to be sometimes, because now I'm with the wife who's art. She wants me to be the old me. She doesn't want me to be this like caught up, like I don't know, dried up soul suck person who hates his job. Like, pursue what you want. I got you on this end.
That's fucking awesome.
No, it's like a teammate. It's like,
yeah,
you supported me while I finished college. Now I've got us here. Now I'm gonna get you here. Whether you make $10 in a week or you make 10 grand in a week, she has my back. And it's just, and I've worked for public so long, like I can financially do that from what I've done myself and pay off my debts, you know, and from the divorce. Because that right now is probably my biggest
expense
fear of retiring, is making sure I can make my child support and my attorney fees, because obviously they would come after me, because that's like that's over $100 a week,
right? And
that is shitty. You gotta fight for your kids, but worth it. So I mean, I look at Publix as a blessing, and now I just look at it as it's holding me back from what I could be. But I'm so scared to leave because it's ingrained in your brain, thumped into my head that this is what you're supposed to do. No, in high school, to me, you should be learning to change your tires, change your oil, and invest your money, not work for someone for 40 years and make them rich. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you making yourself rich? So if this is what
that's
you
a clip
love
right
to do,
there. That's a clip right there.
No, but
I got it in my head. That's gonna happen. I'm gonna make that.
But
clip.
If this is what you love to do, then fucking do it. And if you got friends that are willing to come shoot the shit, bro, they need to call me. I'll come up. My wife will fucking inspire the shit out of you, dude. She come from.
She want to do the podcast?
She would.
She can come on.
Have her on a drunk one, dude. She'll hit you emotionally. Dude. She'll hit you sarcastically. My wife is awesome.
Next time we're gonna do this again.
But I'll
bring your wife and we'll drink.
And I'm not call me an alcoholic. But I'll talk my head off if you get
just enough to where it takes the edge off.
Yeah, because I'm just call me a shy person until I get to know you. But like, and I'm not trying to go like all deep emotional with y'all. But you brought me here to talk about the art shit, and this is my biggest.
I want to know what makes you because
dude, I live in a Dr. Seuss world. Like, I don't see you like you. If you wanted me to do a portrait of you, it's gonna come out looking. I'm gonna see the emotion in your picture. So many people love that because that's a commonly painted image, but I get so much, great support. They said because you actually captured his emotion as if you were going through it. Mm-hmm. I'm a fucked up dude. Like. No, I
got you.
Through the spectrum of daddy issues and mom issues, because they hated each other until he was gonna die, and then all of a sudden they loved each other again, and they was like happy. But I was already grown by that time, so the only part of the marriage I knew growing up was the shitty part. So I learned what not to do from my father, what not to do from my mother, and that's how I try to carry myself as a dad, as a husband. Am I perfect? No, but. And me and my mom argue about this all the time. If I can, for instance, my fucking career, whether I'm making $100 a week or 10,000 a week, it doesn't matter. If I can work from my living room and my bills are paid, like you said, because I have slaved away for 20 years here, and I can involve my family, I can sit down and they can watch their movie or their whatever they're watching. We all sit there and conversate. Like I'm doing this big ass Batman Joker piece right now.
Seen it, yeah.
Okay, that's gonna take me like a week. But my kids, I got my stepson's painting next to me because he wants to get into the Derek Donnelly show, which he's a famous muralist. If you don't know who he is, you probably Google his ass. Yeah. Derek Donnelly. He's one of my biggest inspirations, and he's family oriented. So when he has his art hops once a month, it's a family vibe, and he lets my kids post art. So murals.
Oh wow, that shit looks dope.
Go down to the sea turtle, like right there.
To the right.
That's him. He's the taller one, but he just did like all those are his murals.
That's fucking awesome.
They did like HBO specials and shit. Like he's just phenomenal. And he's the nicest, humblest person you'll ever meet, and that's what I love about the art community. He has like a false wall. Anytime I want to spray paint, you just show up, and as long as you got your own paint, he'll coach you through it if he's available.
Wow.
Or come and watch me do this. This is how I did this.
Wow.
Nah, he's just fucking phenomenal. But
well, like what you were saying earlier when you said like the whole family thing, like you said you learn, like you said it, but to me this really resonates with me, and I've said it before. Is like you can learn not just like more from your parents. You don't just learn what to do. You learn what not to do.
Okay, like so if someone picks on my son in my age now, my dad always taught me strike first, figure it out later.
Yeah.
That's not always the occasion. Like
Conflict resolution.
I especially in my older age now, I'll talk to you first. I don't want to fight. I don't want violence, and I've been this way since 26, 27. I don't have to be the strongest guy in the gym no more. It's okay to rock a dad bod. I got a little bit of muscle, a little bit of fat. No one's looking at me. No one gives a fuck if you're fat or buff, except for the guys.
I mean, I don't.
And it's not even really a thing. It's just
it's just a stereotype. But that's what I'm saying. It's just a stereotype, and it's just what you learn in life. I just wish I learned it 10 years sooner. So sitting here talking to you, to me, you've been doing this a while, but you're just getting really rolling into it. Maybe, dude, don't stop. Artwork. I am like 5 or 6 pieces ahead of what I'm gonna post, so I can stay current every week.
Yeah.
I always do something new to stay current. If I'm at a shitty show, I'm gonna make it look like it's the best show.
Yeah.
If I'm at the best show, I'm gonna rep it as the best show.
Right.
Just to stay current. The more, and also your competition and the people that hate you the most are the ones that are watching you the most. So I also love letting people know that don't like me and said I couldn't do it, that I'm about to do it.
Yeah.
So to anyone who said you're an idiot for quitting Publix to fucking sit here and chill with your buddies and talk, fuck them. Do it, because you're gonna.
Well, they're just mad because they can't do something similar.
They could.
They don't know what it feels like.
They could, but they're scared.
They're passing off their insecurities onto you. That's what it really is. And like for me, it's like you said, like when I get inspired when I see people like you, that regardless of what happens on the canvas speaking like metaphorically, not even an actual canvas.
Yeah.
Like the what happens as a side effect of that, it's the mentality that I'm so attracted to. And I want to hear you talk about like when you were just going off on a tangent for a second. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit back, let Steve go.
I can go on that about hours. Like, okay, so something my dad said. He would already. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a disease that makes your lungs like stiffen up. So he basically suffocated himself. But he said this in one of those conversations. Like he didn't do nothing with his life. He regretted not doing this or not doing that, and he blamed it solely on getting married and having kids. Basically,
wow.
Now, he didn't mean it that way.
But to you, it felt like that.
I hated it. I wanted to fight his old ass. Like I was like, "You shitting me right now? Like
you're making it my fault."
Well, he did, but he didn't. So to me, again, another inspiration, and I keep going back to this, is my art. Like if I can do that, but I can hang out with my kids, and 3 of the 5,
you'll never get those years back.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so, and like I said, I've done collaboration pieces with. At the time, she was 4, and they've sold, and she's made money, and she's got to go take pictures with people like Derek Donnelly. I mean, if you're not in the art world, you probably don't know, but he's legend.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit's all over Tampa, St. Pete. He goes cross country. There's another dude, a Zulu painter. He's doing all the murals at Busch Gardens right now.
Wow.
Like, I've been in shows with this guy, and I'm a fucking nobody. Like, how am I in shows with these guys?
Yeah.
This guy puts me up at his place. Why?
Yeah.
It's
well, like what you were saying about your dad with retirement. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, but you keep talking about Joe Rogan, all right?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was already a famous figure when he started podcasting. Okay, in retrospect, like that was his platform, right? So and until you look at it like you are a podcaster, you are this, you are that. Stop comparing yourself to these bigger guys. You're doing the same fucking thing they're doing. And my wife actually pointed out, I'm in shows with these guys. I am these guys.
Yeah.
You got to stop looking at it. I mean, stay humble.
Yeah.
Like don't let it go, make you a cocky asshole, but you have to start realizing that this is what you do now.
Yeah, that's one of the things that book I'm reading, Atomic Habits. It says it is much easier to run if you identify as being a runner. It is much easier for you to make podcasts if you go, oh, I'm a podcaster. Mm-hmm. So I just go, this is what I do now. Like what it makes you become a podcaster? You fucking make podcasts. Well, I'm fucking doing that, so I'm a podcaster. It's what I'm doing now. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm a runner because I run. Mm-hmm. I'm a podcaster because I make podcasts. No, I'm not the most experienced one, but there's only one fucking way to have that happen, and that's by doing it. Showing up, sitting down at the table, and having conversations. And so, like when you were talking about your dad retiring and dying 2 years later,
yeah,
like I'm the youngest in my family by a long shot, and all of my dad, my uncle, my grandmother, like so much of my family is retired, and my perspective of it is. Like, they make retirement, like, for people who work corporate jobs and the safe, cushy jobs that aren't actually safe or cushy because you're relying on someone else to make the decisions for you. Mm-hmm. Like, those jobs set you up to make you feel like retirement is a bigger thing than it actually is. Retirement is just going, oh, you don't have to do the shitty thing that you had to do for 50 hours a week for your whole life. You don't have to do it anymore. No. You go on permanent vacation. But when you get your retirement, you can't actually go on vacation every fucking week. Vacation's expensive. And now you actually have to live off of less than what you made previously in most cases. And then now you don't have energy. And now you're like that. Most people, retirement kills them. And shout out to my cousin Amy. She literally, like, one point, this is right after I started the podcast, and ever since she said it, I can't fucking unhear it in my brain. It goes, if money and opportunity weren't issues, if you just had all the money and all the opportunity in the world, what would you do for work? Because you're gonna have to work. You know what I mean? You can't just, like, if I gave you $100 million today, you're gonna find something to make the time go by. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck it. Like, to me, this is what I would do. If all of a sudden I could call up anybody in the world and they would come do the podcast, and I had all the money and resources in the world to do it, like to me, that's winning the lottery. Fuck giving me $10 million or $100 million. Like, being able to do a podcast with unlimited guests and unlimited resources to get those guests here, that's the fucking dream. Okay, but how do I get from having no podcast, working a corporate job, trying to figure life out as a young 20-year-old to getting to that point? Well, you sit down and you do the thing, and those stuff and all that stuff along the way comes as side effects. That's how I feel. I gotta piss so bad. Okay, oh my god. I'm so glad you said that. I gotta pee so bad.
Somehow we're adults. Do.
Thank God you mentioned you had to pee. I had to pee so fucking bad.
I was about to piss in your chair.
My bladder. I was about to piss in this Buffalo Trace bottle. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to just scoot up close to the table.
How funny would that be if, like, me and Steve were sitting here talking about, like, retirement here, like, psh, like in the background?
I probably would have applauded him.
Yeah.
Like, just sit here and just.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's the dedication?
I pissed on myself on my honeymoon. You guys want to hear that story? Fuck it, I'll tell it for the honeymoon. We were on our way. So what?
I'm laughing before you even said it.
So for our honeymoon, we went to Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, the Four Corner states. But we didn't go to the Four Corners. We went to all of the states, and we were driving from Flagstaff, Arizona, to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And we're like 20 minutes away from our destination in Santa Fe, and I had to pee really bad because I've been drinking a lot of water. We were at higher elevation, and to avoid getting like oxygen saturation or some shit I don't understand. But I'm drinking a lot of water, and I'm like, I gotta fucking pee, and we're 20 minutes away, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. But my wife, she was like, I'll be fine, and I was like, fuck. But I've been keeping some bottles in case I had to piss, and so when cycle it back a little bit. Whenever I go hunting, when you're in the woods, you're sitting in a tree stand for like 4 or 5 hours, so you have to pee at some point. Sometimes I just piss off the stand. Sometimes I piss in a bottle. Like, it just really depends on the circumstances. Well, I was like, fuck it. I know how to piss in a bottle. It's not a big deal. So the car we had no tent on the front windows because this is a rental. And I'm like, man, I don't want someone to like just look in here and like see me pissing in a bottle. So like, I grabbed my jacket and I'm like covering myself and like pissing in this bottle. And man, I had to pee so bad. It was such a relief. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to fill up a bottle. I fucking overflowed the bottle. I'm like sitting there pissing. I'm like, but I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm just like, I got like my fucking jacket over me. And I'm like, so relieving. And then my lap gets warm. I'm like, fuck. I had to switch to another bottle. And after I had piss in my lap, I'm just sitting there fucking mad as fuck afterwards. And I'm like, God damn, it feels so good to pee sometimes. Until it gets on you. Yep, that's my pissed on me story. At least, knock on wood, haven't shit on myself in a long time.
In a long time?
Yeah.
All right.
I shit on myself. You want to hear my last time I shit on myself?
Sure.
Steve, this is a beautiful part of podcast. It's like, it's somehow we're adults, so you can take it as like a serious question or like a goddamn, I can't believe they let me pay taxes. So last time I shit on myself, what was the big hurricane that came through Florida? Fucking 2017, 2016? Something like that.
It was Irma?
It was the one that was supposed to like wipe Florida off the map, whatever that one was. It was supposed to overhang Florida by like 100 miles on both sides, and it was supposed to come right up Florida, and like it was Category 5. It was supposed to wreck Florida. Ended up doing nothing besides taking the power out for a couple of days, and so we went to Georgia. We have cousins in Georgia. We're the Floridians that left. Whatever, fuck us. I understand. Whatever. We left Florida. We went to Georgia, but my dad was like watching because he was debating whether to leave or not. And at this time I was like, kind of just fresh out of high school, still in college, kind of thing like that. And my dad calls me at fucking like 2 a.m. because he was watching the news, and he goes, "Hey, we're leaving now." Because I was at my mom's house. My parents are divorced. I was at my mom's house, and he's like, "We're leaving now." So I was like, "Fuck," and I was dating my wife at that point, and I was like, "Hey, we're leaving. Like, do you want to go or not?" And it was a stressful time because it's 2 a.m. Like, who can think consciously when they just woke up from a dead ass sleep? And so next thing you know, she's going with me last minute, leaving her family behind. I'm leaving a good portion of my family behind too to go to Georgia for what we're thinking is going to fucking wipe Florida off the map. And so it was a stressful time, but my dad thinks I was just overstressed. I've dealt with a lot of stress before. I don't think I was stressed. I think I ate something bad because when we got to Georgia, we ate a bunch of food, and I think something I ate something when we got there, and I had explosive diarrhea. I couldn't get off I was on the toilet more than I was off the toilet. And next thing you know, it got to so bad where I literally I was like fetal position holding my stomach, and I was like, I grew up going in and out of the hospital because I had a lot of health problems as a kid. And like, I don't like going to hospitals. So by the time I'm begging you to take me to a hospital, it's pretty fucking bad. Yeah. And like most dudes, we're tougher than we should be, and we don't go to the hospital for things we need to. And so like by the time I was asking to the hospital, it was fucking like I couldn't move bad. And we go to this hospital in Georgia, and by that time I'm fucking throwing up. I can't like fluids that I have not even consumed are coming out of me, and like. It was bad, and I remember throwing up so hard I shit myself at the same time. There's my shit myself story.
That's awesome.
Some of the best podcasts I've ever listened to, they have a lot of shit stories. That's what it is. It's dudes.
Well, shit happens.
It's some of the shit who it happened to. That's a Lil Wayne song, not my song. Sorry. You got coffee and whiskey in me, Steve. You got whatever you want now. This is what you asked for.
I missed your turn coming up here. I passed a street called Who.
Oh, you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't be announcing what streets I live next to. I don't know.
It's all right. I just died laughing. I'm glad I missed his turn.
Careful, though. You pull up to the wrong shooter on here, you get shot.
Yeah, we live out in the fucking boondocks, man.
It's all right.
We shoot first, ask questions later. Like you're fighting philosophy. That's people shooting philosophy out here. So,
I drove slow up the drive.
Did you think it was funny when I sent you the address and I was like, "You're gonna turn onto a road that says no trespassing. Keep going."
Yeah.
I saw you stop at the gate, and I was like, "Are you contemplating?"
When you turn off that hard road onto the dirt road, you're like, fuck. Like
two,
it helps.
2 no trespassings. Like,
imagine if this was the first podcast, though. You'd
Every
be like,
driveway you pass them was out there cocking a shotgun.
Yeah.
got Trump signs everywhere.
Yeah. If you had never seen a clip of my podcast, you'd be like, he's just saying this to get me out here to kill me. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But
up in a lampshade.
All right, Steve, is there anything else you want to talk about? I know you got to go to a soccer game at some point. You got to get your wife on, man. I'm curious to hear what her philosophies in life are, because she sounds like a fucking cool person.
She is.
Yeah, to be able to do, like, who you marry in life makes such a huge difference, man. That, like, you can probably sit here and tell us from experience today that if you weren't with her, life would be different.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like, because you wouldn't be pursuing art. It'd be something different. You'd be, a doctor somewhere.
Yeah. Dr. McStuffin.
All right. Well, the next time you do this, if you ever want to do it again, man, bring some more art, show it off if you want to. If not, we can just come drink, have a good time, bring your wife on. We'll talk shit.
All right,
I appreciate you doing that. I know it was nerve-wracking for an introvert like yourself to come talk in front of something that more than one person's going to see. So
yeah, it's all right.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
More than even that. Fucking got some new art for the podcast studio, and I didn't even know it was a print. That's fucking tits, man. I appreciate it. Super, super awesome. And it goes great. The gray and the black and the white will go great against the gray. But all right, man. thank you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
Is there you want to shout out your Instagram and stuff like that if people want to give you a follow, check out more of your art?
Nah, they can find me. Like, I'm not worried about it.
Okay, cool. Well, it's like S Delong something or whatever.
I don't know what it is. That's why I didn't shout it out.
Check him out. Good, great art. Check him out at art shows. He's probably there. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks for doing
Yes,
this.
sir.
And we'll see you next time. Bring your wife on. We'll talk about the whole family affair.
All right.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone. This episode of Somehow We're Adults is over, but if you'd like to support the podcast, you can subscribe to one of the levels of the Patreon, where we will release bonus episodes that can't be found anywhere else. Any of the money that we get from the Patreon would be used to upgrade old equipment, as well as get new gear so that we can make the best podcast for you to tune into. You can also follow the podcast Instagram at Somehow We're Adults, where I share clips and content about the podcast, and the link in the bio will take you to any of the Somehow We're Adults pages. I encourage you to check out another one of the episodes if this is your first time listening, and if you're a repeat listener, thank you for your support. I love making the podcast, and I hope you tune in for future episodes of Somehow We're Adults.